This is the Coleman 6-person instant camping tent. My honest first impression when I set it up the very first time was simple. Whoa, that was fast. I went from trunk to standing shelter in about a minute. No guessing at which pole goes where, no instructions flapping in the wind. I bought it for quick weekend trips with my family and those late arrivals when daylight is slipping away. I was excited about the speed and the cabin-style space, but I also had doubts about how well a tent that pops up this quickly would hold up in real weather. That question has been answered for me after multiple trips, some sunny, some wet, and a few with serious wind. On looks and layout, this is a cabin tent through and through. Straight walls, big rectangular floor, and lots of headroom. It's listed at 10 by 9 feet with around a 6-foot center height, which means I can stand up and change without hunching. 2 queen air beds technically fit, but it turns the floor into wall-to-wall mattress with no walkway. My sweet spot is 1 queen with gear around the edges, or 4 people total if we want some elbow room. The frame is steel and pre-attached, which is why it sets up so fast. You just unfold, extend the legs, and click them into place. The fabric feels thick and tough enough for car camping. The carry bag has an expansion strip, so I don't have to wrestle it back in. Big relief at the end of a long weekend. Packed up, it's long and heavy. This is car camping only. Inside, there are storage pockets, but only 2, and they're small. No overhead gear loft, and no vestibule outside the door to stash muddy boots. For a 6-person tent, storage is bare bones. From my experience, setup is the star. I've put it up solo in under a minute on dry ground. I've also done a rushed setup in light rain in a few minutes and still got my gear inside before things got soaked. Takedown is just as painless. I can pull stakes, collapse the frame, roll it once, and it goes back in the bag without that angry fold and stuff dance. The pre-attached pole system really is the key feature. It's not a gimmick. If you hate fiddling with poles, you'll smile at how simple this is. Wind has been better than I expected for a tall, boxy tent. When I staked all the guy lines, those extra ropes that pull the walls tight, it kept its shape in a gusty canyon night. The frame is stout and the guy line triangles are placed in the right spots. If you skip staking, it's a sail. If you stake everything, it's stable. The hard truth, and I want to make this clear for anyone new to camping, a rainfly is a separate waterproof cover that goes over the tent body and usually creates a small air gap. That double layer helps stop rain from seeping through and cuts condensation. This tent has an integrated vented rainfly, which sounds like a full cover, but it's basically a little roof cap over the top vents. The tent body itself is a single wall design, meaning the walls are the outer shell. In calm, dry weather, that's awesome for airflow and quick setup. In rain with wind, it's a problem. I've camped with it in light to moderate rain, and water found its way in. It wasn't just a drip from one spot. I saw dampness spreading on the walls, some seeping at the zipper, and small puddles forming near the perimeter after steady rain. The floor is a bathtub-style material, but on my unit, it doesn't ride up the sides very high, so that low seam is a stress point. I tried again on another trip and added the separate full rainfly accessory that you can buy for this model. It helped, especially with vertical rain, but it did not turn this into a true double-wall design. During a windy shower, I still had moisture around the smaller side windows and a general damp feel inside. To be fair, I've owned it for years and it's seen a lot of use, so some wear is expected. I also noticed the main door zipper wants a gentle hand. Yank it when there's tension, and it can snag. The floor has a couple of worn spots from rocky campsites, so I now always lay down a ground tarp. Let's talk condensation because it can fool new campers. When it's cool and you close everything up, your breath creates moisture on the inside of the tent walls. With a single wall tent like this, that moisture can collect and drip, even if it didn't rain. I've had mornings where the inside felt clammy and I had to wipe water off the wall panels. Cracking windows helps, but then you're balancing airflow against rain getting in, since the sidewalls don't have full coverage. Key features that keep me using this anyway are the setup speed, the roomy cabin feel, and the sturdy frame. I love walking into a standing height tent, tossing a queen mattress down and being done. The windows and roof vents move a ton of air on hot days, and in dry conditions, it's a super comfortable hangout space for kids and friends. The bag design is underrated. Packing without swearing is a gift. In my opinion, it's perfect for fair weather car camping, quick backyard sleepovers, last-minute sunset arrivals, and trips where I know the forecast is clear. It's also great when I'm solo and don't want to fight with poles. From my experience, if you camp where rain is common, or you won't cancel when a storm shows up, this model needs extra prep. I'd recommend this for folks who value convenience and camp mostly spring to fall on dry weekends. If you buy it, budget for the accessory rainfly. Bring a decent footprint or tarp for under the tent, and consider seam sealer and a light waterproofing spray on the body. That combo won't turn it into a four-season bunker, but it helps. If your trips include coastal storms, long rainy stretches, or shoulder season cold, I'd steer you toward a true double-wall cabin tent with a full coverage fly and a taller bathtub floor. In conclusion, the Coleman 6-person instant camping tent trades weather protection for speed and space. It nails the promise of instant setup and delivers a roomy cabin that's easy to live in. It falls short in persistent or wind-driven rain and runs into predictable condensation when sealed tight in cool weather. In my opinion, it's a fantastic fair-weather car camping shelter and a so-so bad-weather one. I'm keeping mine for quick, dry trips and kid campouts, and I'll reach for a different tent when I see rain in the forecast. If this video helped, please subscribe for more honest gear takes and drop your questions or your own experience with this tent in the comments. Thank you for watching.